Hey guys, this is Guy4 bringing you another episode of Let's Play Pokemon FireRed. In the last part, I mentioned the places of interest in Fuchsia City, and in this part, I am going to enter the Safari Zone for 500 Pokédollars. So, you only use Safari Balls here, and if you run out of Safari Balls, then you are done with your Safari Zone challenge. And you also have 600 steps. So, you can see in the top right corner my steps have gone down. But if you get in the grass and find a rare, and you know there's a rare Pokemon there you want, if you're real careful, you can just move around like this, just turning side to side, and you can see my steps have not gone down, but you can still encounter Pokemon while doing that. But there are a lot of new Pokemon in the Safari Zone. You will have the rarer of the two Nidoran in this area. You can also find, in this particular section of the Safari Zone, Execute, Rhyhorn, Scyther, Pinsir, and Chansey. You can also find, while fishing, of most note, Dratini, this game's Dragon-type Pokemon. It is fantastic. You have a 15% chance of finding it if you use the Super Rod, which I was considering using, but eventually decided not to do that. So I'm going to be completely honest, I'm using a guide to this, so I'm going to be referring to that somewhat frequently, because I want to know, I want to get as many items as possible. So this is just the first area, and let's see if I can get into a battle here to show you what the mechanics are like catching a Pokemon here. Serious event in that, not a big deal. Now you can throw a rock at it, that makes it easier to catch, but it also makes the Pokemon more likely to run away. You can also throw bait, that'll make them harder to catch, but it'll make them less likely to run away. And then there's just a basic Safari Zone. I believe it has the same catch rate as the Great Ball. If I'm wrong about that, I'll put something in the description. Or rather, an annotation in the video saying so. And let's see if I can catch a Venonat. Cool, I already had one, but that's catching a Pokemon in the Safari Zone, and it'll go to the box like any normal Pokemon you catch. You can look at your Pokemon while you're in here, but you can't actually use them to battle the Pokemon. So, if you go out here, this is considered Area 1. Pokemon that are not found in the first area that are found here include Doduo and Kangaskhan, but I will of course have the full list in the usual place for all my. One moment. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot the heat was on. I needed to close the vent behind me to make it a little bit quieter. But I will have the encounter rates in the corner of the video as usual. So now that we're in Area 1, there's a staircase right there that I can't get to because I'm in the middle of a battle now. Okay, so I'm out now, and if you come up here, you can find a Leaf Stone, which, I mean, you can buy it, but it's a hefty price, so you may as well pick that up. If you come this way, you can get into a wild encounter with an Execute, which I suppose I'll go ahead and try and catch it. I didn't mean to throw a Safari Ball right away. But it's perfectly reasonable to attempt to catch as many Pokemon here as possible, since a good number of them can be found nowhere else. And I did catch an Execute. How nice. But I'm not going to use it for any reason. Though the Leaf Stone that I just picked up can be used to evolve it, so that's nice. Here's a TM11 Sunny Day. Makes Solar Beam not have to charge a turn, powers up Fire-type moves. Just basic weather TM. So I'm getting attacked yet again. This time by Paris. And if you want to Paris, say they're 100% in the bottom floor of the Mount Moon. So I'm not going to get to all the items on my first time through here, but if I see them along the way, I'm going to pick them up, and I'm going to make sure to try and get all the TMs. And I'm honestly looking away every time I encounter a Pokemon, so I didn't mean to catch that Nidorino at all, but whatever. Since there's nothing for sending out Pokemon, I click through to using a item very quickly. This is the top of the first area of the Safari Zone. You can't get up here otherwise, but I just wasted a whole bunch of steps getting there. In this area, if I am not entirely mistaken, you can find Tauros here, and Chansey at a higher percentage than you could in the first area, though still very rare. If you just continue along, you can find a Quick Claw here, which will sometimes allow you to move first regardless of speed. And I honestly have no idea where I am now. The worst part about guides to the Safari Zone is none of them are very good. But let's see if I'm probably pretty low on steps. I could go ahead and mention the actual purpose of this area, and it'll be nicer if I can use the town map to show this. So, the 7th gym badge is here on Cinnabar Island, and there's water above it and water next to it. So you have to have surf to get there, and there's a prize for getting to the secret house in the Safari Zone, and interestingly enough, that prize is surf. But there's TM47 Steel Wing. I suppose I could learn that if I really wanted to. Here's the first instance you can find Rhyhorn. If you don't like your chances of catching it in a Safari Ball, though, you can just wait until Victory Road. But I just caught it right there, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm looking at the guide here, and there's no item over to this side, but you can learn a little bit about the gym leader if you talk to someone in here. I am definitely wasting time here. So he tells you that Koga comes through the Safari Zone from time to time. But I really didn't need to know that. Actually, I could have told you that. So here's a protein right along the path. And I am now ignoring the guide because I need to get to the end of this area, and I don't think it's going to get me there fast enough. So keep going down. And this should be near the end at least. If you go right here, these are the gold teeth. That's what the warden is looking for. That's a key item. And if you come right here, you get TM for double team, which is a evasion raising move. And this is a secret house, so you got there with 9 steps to spare. Fantastic. So, coming here, you get HMO3, which is Surf. And since I didn't mention it, in the final area of the Safari Zone, there are no new Pokemon, but Tauros is a little bit easier to find. Kangaskhan is still 1%. Kangaskhan is a fantastic Pokemon if you can manage to get it, and I'll just take a few steps, and my Safari game is over. But I've done everything that I need to do in the Safari Zone. Now it's just basically checking for items that I didn't already pick up. But I catch a Dratini. I was highly considering using Dratini for my team in this game, but eventually decided against it. I basically asked, I messaged Zelda Redads asking if it was alright if I named my Pidgey after one of them, and then when I found out that my Pidgey was female, I asked which Pokemon Anton wanted me to catch a name after him, and they said Bellsprout, so and Spell Sprout. But there should be a few more items here. If I don't get all of them, I won't cry. Here's a max potion, which you can buy, but save yourself some money. Why not? I don't think there's anything in particular over there. I'm half tempted to use repels, but actually, can you use a repel in here? Huh, you can use a repel in the Safari Zone. That's rather odd, considering half the point of the Safari Zone is to catch Pokemon. I got everything that was up there. Did I come down this way at all? Yes, I did. I showed that. If I don't get all the items here, then I'll put something in the video about the items that I didn't get. I might spend some time catching a Chansey as well in here. The worst, another terrible part about doing this on an actual cartridge rather than, you know, the rather than using a ROM or something like that, is that I can't find a Chansey with its 1% encounter rate and then make a save state to ensure that I catch it. But it's worth it. If you're still watching this video, you'll get to see Shiva learn Surf. Surf is a base 95 power move. I'm going to get rid of Confuse Ray, because if I'm going to confuse something, I want a chance of doing damage at the same time, which Water Pulse can do. But, in my opinion, Surf is the best HM, because it's a move that you want to have on the Pokemon anyway. So, you need it to do many things, and I don't think I think I need the Fuchsia Gym badge before I can Surf. Yes, that's what I want you to do, the Fuchsia Gym before the Safari Zone, apparently. But I guess I will meet you guys when my time runs out. Did I just get lost? It's a freaking Safari Zone. Oh, wow, a Chansey. This is the most difficult possible thing to occur. If I throw a rock, it's almost guaranteed to run away. If I throw bait, it's difficult to catch. But the catch rate for Chansey is incredibly low. Like, incredibly low. Let's see, catch rates are 255. I'm actually going to take the time to calculate the probability that I have of catching this. Yeah, that's catch rate 30. That's 3.9% of the normal Pokeball. I'll throw a ball. Yeah, it's running away. No, it didn't. It's basically the same thing as throwing a rock. It doesn't catch one. Yeah, of course. And over right after that. Okay, so I'm done with the Safari Zone unless I decide to go back there to catch Pokemon. But now what I want to do is go give the warden his gold teeth. So you talk to him, give the gold teeth to the warden. Thanks, son, you're a real lifesaver. No one could understand a word that I said, not a one. I was too ashamed to show my face around the office even. Let me give you something for your trouble. And he gives you HMO4, which is strength. And he has fossils on display and old Pokemon merchandise. But strength is probably my third favorite TM after Fly. Strength is a normal type move with 80 base power. And wow, not my Pokemon can learn that. I'm going to go snag a slave to put it on. And actually I changed my mind. Now that I have the move deleter, and strength is better than the normal type move, that it's twice as powerful as Strength, or Scratch rather. I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of Scratch and give Valoo Strength. And if I decide I don't want it anymore, I can just fly here and take it off. So, Valoo no Strength, and now I don't need another HM slave with me. So, you can use Strength, and it will allow you to move these boulders. And behind there is a rare candy. So, now that's yet another item gotten. Hooray. And I'm seeing at the moment if I missed any great items in the Safari Zone. No, I got all the I got the good hold item. There's a nugget, a revive. You can find another hidden leaf stone. But those things aren't a big deal. If you want them, you can go back and search around for them, but I'm not going to show them. But that is about it for this part. In the next part, I will be entering and hopefully defeating the Fuchsia Gym. So I will see you guys then.